What's up, YouTube? I'm Matt from Liberty Coins MTG. I'm here with Garrison, and today we're going to talk about my predictions for War of the Spark. So, Garrison, why don't you tell us what Wizards has confirmed about the set already?
Well, we know that there are going to be 36 Planeswalkers, which means that we are going to get one Planeswalker in every pack. And that with Planeswalker Weekend, which is May 25th and 26th, you'll be able to cast any Planeswalker with any color of mana.
Okay, so my first prediction is that there's going to be a Planeswalker slot in the booster packs.
How is that going to work?
Okay, so in Dominaria, we actually had a legendary slot, so they guaranteed every single pack would have a legendary creature. It's very similar to what they did in the Masters sets, where they would guarantee a foil in every pack. So
are you saying then that if there's a slot like that, that you could end up with a double Mythic pack?
Yeah, so you could have, let's say your Planeswalker's a Mythic and the pack rare is actually a Mythic. You would have two Mythics in the pack.
So you think that we're going to have a Mythic in every single pack?
I don't think we're going to have a Mythic in every pack. And here's the reason why. I think we're going to see Planeswalkers printed at every rarity.
Really? So how's that going to work?
So right now, every Planeswalker is printed at Mythic rarity. It's not a stretch to think that they'll go back to printing them a rare rarity like they used to, but I think we're going to also see uncommon and common Planeswalkers.
So, uncommon or common Planeswalker that can end the game?
No, I don't think the common and uncommon Planeswalkers are going to be nearly as impactful as, a rare or a Mythic Planeswalker. They're not going to be game-ending on their own.
Okay, so how do you make that possible?
So obviously we're going to have to dumb down the Planeswalkers and make them a lot less impactful. So right now the template for a Planeswalker, if you will, is that they've got a plus ability, and that usually creates some sort of advantage, and then a minus ability, which usually protects itself, and then an ultimate, which should end the game. And then sometimes there's like a fourth ability, or like Karn doesn't have an ultimate. So what I think we're going to do is see Planeswalkers that have two or maybe even one ability.
Now, why? I guess I have a hard time understanding why they would even make common and uncommon Planeswalkers.
So if we're going to see a Planeswalker in every booster pack, and if they were all Mythics, we can't have 36 Mythic Planeswalkers in the set. That's just too many Mythics. And even if you have half of those be rares, that's still a lot of rares that are just occupied by Planeswalkers. So I think that just for that simple fact, the frequency of Planeswalkers, they've got to make them at a lower rarity. So uncommon and common, I think, is just guaranteed.
So are there any other things that would make you think that they could actually do, like, say, a common Planeswalker?
Well, for the uncommon Planeswalkers, we had uncommon legendaries in Dominaria. So they inserted legendaries so that you wouldn't have so many frequent rares in the pack. As for the common Planeswalkers, at Magic Fest Los Angeles, we had a Mythic Championship qualifier that was Pauper format. So that tells me that Wizards of the Coast does think about that format when they're printing cards, because they want people to play it if they're going to have a qualifier that format. So I think just on that alone, and the fact that there's a lot of Pauper players that want to play with Planeswalkers, but they can't in the format currently.
So, I mean, Pauper's pretty diverse, and there's a lot of other decks that are out there. They're not just one color here or two colors.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of multiple colored decks. I mean, if you're thinking Pauper, how would that translate into the Planeswalkers in War of the Spark?
Well, obviously, if they're common Planeswalkers, they're going to be Pauper, available in Pauper. They may get banned or something at some point, but we don't need to talk about that. What I think you'll see is that we'll have a Planeswalker for every color, and then we'll have a Planeswalker for every guild and shard or wedge, and then we'll have colorless or generic Planeswalkers. So if you add that up, we're at 26 Planeswalkers already. So they could easily just double or triple up on monocolored, or double up on guilds, or double up on wedges, or make a bunch of extra colorless ones to get to that 36 number.
That's very interesting. So do you have any other predictions for War of the Spark?
My main predictions were just how the booster packs and the Planeswalkers were going to be handled. I don't really follow the storyline, so I can't tell you like if anyone's going to die or what Planeswalkers may not be in the set. I'm just predicting how they're going to go through with the 36 Planeswalkers.
Very, very cool.
So that's my prediction, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and comment if you want to discuss any of this. We'll respond to comments. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more.